Well, this is Captain Richard for Costa Rica Nature Conservatory. I'm here in kind of an interesting place. I thought I would film and show my friends out there the enormous splash that you see produced in Punta Leona and in some of the places around the Pacific coast. How does the ocean do that? How does it produce these big splashes? Well, I'm here in one of the caves that produces a spectacular splash that's probably 50, 60 feet tall. And I'm going to show you how it actually does it. Here I'm about to jump into the hole. We're on low tide. Whoa. And this is what it looks like inside of the hole that makes the enormous splash. You can see we're in here. All the way in here, in this gorgeous, super hard rock hole, all the way here in the back end, smashed in here, along with all of the air and the force of tons and tons of water crashing in here and taking rocks like this and smacking them against everything. This is the inside. And this is the shape. Let's look at this. Of course, it would probably be highly dangerous. Ooh, here's an interesting rock we can take from here as a souvenir. Highly dangerous to be in here doing anything but the lowest of low tides. I think we should probably get out of here before the water starts to come in fast. This is some of the kind of coastal features that make Costa Rica's coastline so dynamic. This place will pack air into it when the waves seal it off, and who knows what kind of pressure is generated, but an enormous amount of pressure is surely generated to create the enormous splash that then funnels out of this rock complex. Most of the power probably being funneled right through here, as you can see, up into the air. So there you have it. This is Captain Richard for Costa Rica Nature Conservatory, showing you at low tide what the enormous splashes look like that you'll see in this video. Some of which I've taken from a distance, which give you the sensation of just how enormous this is. This is what it looks like at low tide, and this is the kind of rock formations you have, and vegetation and plant life and animals all along this rugged coast. It's warm water, salty Pacific, Central Pacific tropical coastline. The bottom is full of sea urchins, as you can see. Lots of sea urchins. You get your feet if you don't know what you're doing, and even if you do, you gotta be careful. Well, here we are in our last little adventure, our last little cave area. We're here again in Punta Leona, and we're at extreme low tide, and this is the opportunity that we have to go in and see what the mechanism is that creates the gigantic splashes that seem to hurl water almost hundreds of feet in the air. Well, it's a little bit rugged here, so just bear with me. See if I can get down to the water without falling in with the camera. Okay, almost there. Here I'll take you on a brief tour of some of the coast tidal areas. Oh, here we have a crab. Maybe we can catch him just to show you what he's like. Almost. Here he comes. This is called a spray crab because the spray crab will spray at you. Did you see that? It will spray at you, spray at you. This is a Sally Lightfoot, very pretty crab. They scamper very quickly over the rocks, as I'll show you. Woo! So fun. Let's continue our little tour here. Here I am, waist deep in. This is low tide, and these are some of the extreme places that are created through the interaction of the tides, which you know are related to the moon and to the sun and to life in general on Earth. This is an amazing place because this also creates a giant splash, and so here we go through the canal of the splashing wave zone. As the tide would rise, it will only produce this incredible splash at just the right moment in the tide. As you notice, at an extreme low tide, there is no splash. And conversely, there's no splash an extreme high tide compared to the splash that you get when you mix the air and the water together. When that air and that water mix together, they create this enormous pressure, and this pressure is what expels the air and water up into the atmosphere at astounding heights. This is what happens. You get these beautiful rounded formations, and you get these amazing holes. Amazing holes. And here we are in this incredible zone called the sublittoral zone, or littoral zone. You can look that up. The sublittoral zone is this tidal zone that gets exposed during moments when the tide is really low. It's a very harsh environment, very dynamic, changes a couple times each day. Okay, here we go. We're going in. Going in. This is one of the biggest caves that we have. And it's very interesting to see what it looks like inside. Yes, this area has a typical drop of about 3.5 meters, so 10, 12, 14 foot water could move. Well, this could move. Little crab just crawled all over me. Okay, here we go. It's very interesting in here. This is an amazing cave as well. We're gonna go in and see what this one looks like all the way in. Ooh-wee. We've come all the way through to the other side. Oh my God, that is incredible. I wonder, the air must come crazy out of there. Look at this cave. Wow. So here we are, inside of one of the longest caves that gets fully submerged during the tide. You can see that at least 9 feet, 10 feet tall, the tide can come in and cover all of this. Woo-wee. How'd you like that? That's amazing, huh? The inside of these amazing caves formed over thousands of years. Well, if you were in a wheelchair or in a lot of other situations, it'd be very difficult to get into here to see this. So I hope that if I've shared with you, that it's enabled you to have a greater sense of freedom and know that you're connected to part of an amazing, amazing world and universe. Pretty snails, beautiful shells, snails here, all alive. Look, they're everywhere. I think the tide's coming in.